Hi guys, my name is Jenna and welcome back to Bartleby's Tips and Tricks. As a college student, there are so many videos and resources out there that students can rely on when it comes to studying for finals, but I feel like there are not many videos out there that really give students tips on how to write a final paper very well. So today, I'm going to be sharing with you some tips on how you can successfully write a really good paper for your final. So my first tip is to research first and then write second. I feel like regardless of the topic that I'm writing on, I really like to familiarize myself first with the information and the topic before I jump into writing it. I really like to familiarize myself by doing a lot of research beforehand, whether it's going to the library or searching some resources on the internet. I know that I am able to start writing when I'm able to actually start explaining the topic to someone else clearly. That way I can obviously make sure that it makes sense to myself and the other person as well. My second tip is to prepare an outline before you write your paper. I feel like the hardest part with writing a paper sometimes is just starting, because the minute I sit down, I feel like I get so overwhelmed with so many thoughts and so many facts that are floating around in my head. But the easiest way to overcome this struggle is to actually organize your thoughts by making an outline. So what I like to do is I like to actually structure my paper out on a post-it note or a sheet of paper, and I can create a little outline of how my paper will go and organize my thoughts there. That way I can actually get down my main points and the structure of how my paper has to go so that I can include everything that I need to within the paper. Once I get in the structure, I like to go in and fill in the sections of where each information should be under what paragraph, whether it's quotes or actually other citations that I need to include within that. Overall, outlines are just extremely helpful, and it guarantees that I will include all of the important points within my paper and have it under each paragraph very neatly and organized. My third tip is to actually have someone reread over your work. I feel like as a writer, we need to have people reread over our work to make sure that it translates correctly over onto paper. So what I like to do is once I finish my first draft of my paper and I feel really confident about it, I like to take that draft and hand it over to my peers or maybe a friend or even a family member and have them reread over it. This gives me a chance to have a fresh set of eyes reread over my paper and give me genuine, honest feedback. The whole point of having someone read over your paper is to make sure that your paper flows well and they're able to catch any mistakes. Sometimes as the writer, you yourself can actually miss a lot of things that you've made when it comes to writing a paper. So having someone else reread it and make sure your thesis is clear and your points are clear is a must. Finally, my last tip is to check for plagiarism. So when you have your friends or your family or your peers read over your paper, I feel like they are looking for the general points and making sure your paper flows, but most likely they're not able to catch a lot of punctuation, grammar, or citation errors. And so if you're not able to correct those mistakes within your paper, you may end up losing a lot of points in the long run, which is not a good thing. And this is where Bartleby comes in. I love Bartleby so much, and I actually use it to check my writing assignments. So Bartleby has this citation generator tool within their writing essay editor that actually scans your paper within seconds, and it can help you put your paper within MLA, APA, or even Chicago format. In addition to that, they also actually detect where your paper needs a citation and tells you to add it if you need it. Bartleby's essay editor tool also checks over your spelling, grammar, punctuation, and my all-time favorite, accidental plagiarism. My biggest fear is actually getting accused of accidental plagiarism, and I've actually had a reoccurring nightmare of that happen, but now I don't actually have to worry about that. The thing that I love about Bartleby's essay editor tool is they actually scan your paper against 8 billion different sources on the internet so that you can rest easy and just be assured that you are not accidentally plagiarizing. This is why I really love to use their tools to proofread all of my papers before I submit in my final draft. Well, those are all of my tips for you guys on how to write a successful final paper. I actually have to go now because I have a bunch of papers that I have to submit for my final season, and I'm sure that you guys do too. Good luck on your finals. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below which tip helped you most, or if you guys have any other tips that could be helpful for this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!